Hello everybody, my name is Aurelia Aurora Sarasiwi and today I will be presenting to you my evaluation and review text on the movie titled God's Not Dead 2. So, God's Not Dead 2 is a melodrama Christian drama film that was directed by Harold Cronk and Vance Null. The release date of this film was April 1st, 2016. God's Not Dead 2 is a Christian drama film that recounts the story of Grace Wesley, a high school history teacher portrayed by Melissa Joan Hart. The narrative follows her legal challenges arising from her response to a student's inquiry regarding the religious influences underpinning Martin Luther King Jr.'s nonviolent protest methods. Ultimately, Grace overcomes these challenges with the support of her faith in God and the backing of her community. The film begins with Brooke Dolly, a young girl from a troubled and non-religious background who has recently suffered the loss of a sibling. During a visit to her deceased sibling's bedroom prior to the donation of the furniture, she discovers a Bible. This moment sparks her interest, leading her to explore and study the principles of Christianity. In history class, as Brooke and her classmates delve into the lives of influential historical figures, they discuss Martin Luther King Jr. and his commitment to nonviolence. Having recently learned about the teachings of Jesus Christ, Brooke draws a parallel between the two and poses a question to her teacher, Grace Wesley. While Grace responds to Brooke's inquiry, another student perceives it as an imposition of religious beliefs and informs a parent, which catalyzes a complaint to the school's administration. This situation escalates to a legal confrontation, necessitating court proceedings. Next are the main characters and acting. Grace Wesley, confronted with disciplinary actions from the school board, ultimately finds herself embroiled in a court case due to allegations that she had imposed her religious views on her students, despite her merely addressing a student's question. Melissa Joan Hart's portrayal of Grace is marked by accuracy and sincerity. However, there are aspects of her performance that could benefit from a greater emotional depth, as her facial expressions and vocal intonations occasionally appear bland and unrealistic. Next up, Thomas Endler. Thomas Endler, played by Jesse Metcalfe, serves as Grace's defense attorney and embodies a character driven by a quest for justice. Metcalfe portrays Tom's struggle with maintaining faith in God amid immense stress. Eventually, imbued with wisdom, perseverance, and strength from God, Tom renews his commitment to his faith, vowing to never waver again. Next up is Brooke Dolly. Brooke Dolly is played by Haley Orentia, who played her character with absolutely realistic behavior and clearly portrays the development of Brooke's belief in God. Not only that, she also has a supportive best friend who also believes in God, who had a bubbly and cheerful personality, which was acted out well by her actress. In my assessment, the predominant theme of the film revolves around the concept of divine love. This interpretation arises from the narrative, which vividly illustrates how Grace Wesley faced widespread opposition yet maintained a steadfast relationship with God, even in moments of doubt about her faith. The film effectively imparts two significant messages. First, that God remains unwaveringly present in one's life, even in the face of universal adversity. And second, that one should never waver in their trust in God, regardless of the magnitude of one's challenges. It is essential to trust in God's plan for one's outcome. With that, we can conclude and simplify that the theme the movie strives to deliver is God's unwavering love for us all. He would never cause harm to us, so in return, we mustn't let our faith in Him falter, for God is not dead. While the film presents a thoughtfully constructed storyline that conveys its messages effectively, I must express my concerns regarding the cinematography, sound design, and visual elements, which I would classify as falling within the D tier on my personal evaluation scale. I will further elaborate on the strengths and weaknesses within this context. But I will conclude that the cinematography and etc. needs further improvement and such to look conventionally attractive as a movie. However, this is just my mere opinion regarding the cinematography and others. Others would have a different opinion. The strengths of this movie is that it consists of a good cast and acting. Their characters were very beautifully written too. Not only that, but they delivered the message quite smoothly and simply. The char- and also regarding the characters and actors, the actors played their role with sincerity and clarity, successfully acting out their characters' characteristics and more. The weaknesses of the film are the cinematography, sound, and visuals. They could use some enhancement. While watching the movie, I was struck by its resemblance to TikTok series that incorporate ASMR clips beneath the show scenes. Improved lighting and more fitting soundscapes for each moment would have significantly elevated the overall experience. Not only that, but I also think the pacing could be a bit more slower so viewers won't get struck by confusion. I say that because there are some scenes that just did not fit the previous scenes or had no relevance to the ending. In conclusion, God's Not Dead 2 is a well developed movie with an interesting storyline which carried and delivered the messages to the viewers in a smooth and uncomplicated way. The movie also consisted of very professionally written characters and a cast of actors who played their role with sincerity and accuracy. Though the cinematography, sounds, and visuals could use some improvements. Overall, this movie is recommended to watch if you are a fan of Christian melodramas with deep meanings. That is all from my review text. Thank you so much for those who listened. Um, I hope this could be beneficial for you if you are thinking of watching the movie titled God's Not Dead Too. So I hope this my review and evaluation could be a good benefit for you. Thank you so much. God bless you.